Oh, I'm so glad to be having this conversation because I think about this a lot. So number one, right now in the 2024 budget that just got released this spring, if you go to the revenue section of that budget and you look at the percentage of revenues that comes from oil and gas, mining, and logging combined, the percentage of revenues to the provincial government is 3.86% of total revenues. So we have to understand that the story of what is driving BC's economy has to catch up with the reality. When you talk about being secondary manufacturer, that's more of what we need. We should not be relying on being a primary economy. We should move way past the point where we are exporting raw resources, raw logs, raw minerals, and we should be aiming to be not just a secondary economy where we're manufacturing goods, but a tertiary economy where we are producing innovation. We're producing technologies. We are a knowledge-based and ideas-based economy. We know the economies that are really thriving in the world right now are the ones that are investing in education, investing in people, investing in knowledge, investing in technology, and creating the conditions where innovation and entrepreneurship are rewarded. And I have one really great example of this. Chase Barber, Edison Motors. You've probably heard of Chase. Yep. Chase has built an electric logging truck. He has built he has built trucks that are using a tiny fraction of diesel fuel because he's built an engine that regenerates as it drives. I've sat in this truck. It's enormous. I can't even see over the steering wheel. But Chase is the example of the kind of economic activity we want to be seeing, where he's innovating, where he's solving problems, where he's improving our environmental conditions, but also demonstrating, look what's possible when we apply innovation to the challenges we have. Now, Chase is not getting the support from the provincial government that he should be getting. And they have run into all sorts of obstacles trying to get grants and funding for setting up a manufacturing plant right here in BC that would not only be building these giant trucks, but be able to retrofit people's pickup trucks. So if you have a Ford F-150 and you want to move an electric motor in there and save yourself enormous amounts of money in diesel or gasoline, Edison Motors has the technology and the capacity to retrofit your truck with a new electric motor for a fraction of the price of what it would cost to buy a new electric truck. This is the kind of innovation that we should be celebrating and supporting in BC, a BC-based company right here that employs people. And yet we don't see a government that is excited by these kinds of prospects, and it's not leaning into that kind of economy. So I think we have to be able to, one, tell an updated story about BC. It is the best place to live, and it could be so much better. And two, what is the role government plays in this? One, it's investing in people. It's making sure we have an education system, a healthcare system, a transportation system, a social safety net that is parallel to the wonderful place that BC is. And two, it is not investing in the story of the past, subsidizing the methane gas industry to the tune of $5.4 billion, but instead investing in the economy we want to build. Clean energy across the province. We could have regional hubs of clean energy production and innovation. And then we can be exporting the capacity to create and store and transmit clean energy. We should have in Northwest BC, the Institute for Geothermal Energy that is really not just tapping into the geothermal potential, but tapping into the capacity that we could have as BC to be the technological leaders in this field. So this is what I'm excited about when we talk about the economy that we could have in this province. You are tapping into what needs to happen from our resources. It's not a matter of shipping those resources out along with the profits to multinational companies that don't care about the communities and the people here in BC. This is about a bottom line and dividends to shareholders. We have to reorient how we look at our resources. They have to benefit the people of BC. They have to benefit the future of our province. And the countries that do this have demonstrated that the wealth that can be generated from resources is a wealth that should be shared and should be invested into the people of the place where that wealth comes from. This wealth belongs to all of us. And yet the benefits have mostly flowed to shareholders of multinational companies.